Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 10 o'clock. We're going to go ahead. This time, of course, of the day is when we have our Board of Commissioners work session with the employees of the county. And we it's normally held informal, no formalities, no anything. We just gives the ability for the commissioners to get together and meet with their employees and discuss what's been going on, or if their department heads or other employees have any issues that need to be talked about or hopefully resolved as we go forward. There will be no decisions made in this meeting. This meeting is not set up to have decisions made. So at this particular time, we're going to open it up, and let's go ahead and bring planning and development. How's it going with planning and development, and have you got any issues you'd like to bring forward?
Oh, no, sir. This last month has been a really good month for us. We've done 78 building permits, 8 access encroachments, 20 business licenses, 32 renewals. We've issued 30 certificates of occupancy, and that's actually put us up from our numbers last year, a little over 4%. So we're tracking 4% over where we were at this time last year. So we've had a real busy month.
All right. You want to discuss anything on these fee schedules, or just give the opportunity for the other two commissioners to review these numbers?
If y'all would like to, I can go ahead and go over that as well, or if you want to come back to me.
I would like to make the recommendation, or they can, if they want to like do it a little different, I have no problem with that, is give them time to absorb what you're proposing here. And in this paperwork you sent, have you put what the cost is now, what you want to change it to?
Yes, sir. So there's several, the second packet that's paper clipped in there is the rezoning fee schedule. That is the one that I think will most likely be, you would get more calls about than the building permit. Building permit stuff is still, the recommendation is still lower than the surrounding counties, and it's been a while since we've updated those. The rezoning ones, if you see the first one that says effective 10/1, that's just a suggestion, that's up to y'all. Take residential agriculture and small agricultural, for example. They would go up approximately $350. However, currently it costs the county approximately $950 if we have one rezoning case. We have to pay the planning commission, we have to put in ads, we have to have our sign shop make a sign, we pay for the meetings to be recorded, and then there's also staff time. That all comes together, depending on how you want to look at it, $725 to $950 for a rezoning case. So this would get us a step closer to breaking even on those meetings for those requests, and instead of the citizens having the burden to pay for people asking for rezoning, it would be the person asking for rezoning that would pay for the staff time and the planning commission to meet.
All right.
If you flip back and forth, you can see a couple of different ones. The page immediately behind it is our current fee schedule for zoning, and then keep flipping, it has the surrounding counties.
I asked Justin to bring in the fee schedule for neighboring counties, Gordon, Gilmer, Cherokee, Dawson. We'll give you all some information on what they're charging, what we're charging. We don't want to be overburdened, but it's yet to be determined on what procedure we would like to go on this one.
And if I could go over the building fee schedule, it has several of them there. The first one is the proposed. The second one is our current one that we're using. And you keep flipping back, it shows the history of 2008. And you can see how similar the 2008 numbers are to our current fee schedule. And then behind that one is the 2004 fee schedule, which is not very different from the 2008. And then surrounding counties are also behind there. Cherokee is a little bit different, so I didn't include them in y'all's packets because they have impact fees that go along with it. So they pay like, I think it's a $1,400 impact fee per house in addition to their building fees. And they also do it by building valuation data. So I think it's IBC or ICC, one of the code councils, puts together a building valuation sheet every year. Cherokee uses theirs, and they use a formula to determine what it is based off of that schedule. So it's real complicated and requires a calculator to look at it, so I didn't include that one.
Any questions for planning and development in regard to this or any other topic that you'd like to talk about planning and development?
Do you think you would get a lot of pushback, like on the rezone, if the fee goes up?
Probably from the applicant, but most of, I really think we're on the low end of the price range. Sometimes it's a really great thing, sometimes it's not, it just depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
I can't see the citizens being mad about it.
No, I was wondering about
Yeah.
the others. What about the builders, the local contractors? How would this go over with them? Would it?
Because it's not that much more, I think it's easily explainable, and that we're still one of the lowest around. And I think, you know, they're used to paying what they're paying. So
Right.
any increase, they're gonna grumble about, but it's not much of an increase.
And could we phase some of this in, like, up it somewhat, and then like a year later, somehow do a phasing in?
I think that would be appropriate. The development fee schedule is not much of an increase except for the heated space. A few of them have just a flat fee that we've gone up like $50 or $100 or something like that, to put it more in line with surrounding counties. If you would take residential, for example, is 30 cents per square foot, which is recommended. We're currently at 15. Some of the surrounding counties are 33 cents a square foot, 35 cents a square foot. I saw one of them that was as high as 40. So we would still be much lower. We would just be balancing it a little bit more for the doing a phased thing for the zoning fee schedule, I think would be very appropriate there.
Just to go ahead and do what you suggested on that one?
I would like for y'all to do that, but a little bit lower wouldn't hurt if y'all wanted to come down a little bit, and then maybe next year or the year after we explore going a little bit higher.
It looks like on that, like I'm just looking at that first column on residential agricultural, am I correct, that's going from 150 to 500?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that is a bit of a jump, but
Yeah, that's, you know, like if we went, say from 150 to 300, and then looked at making another move later, what's your thoughts on that?
it would be much less painful for people, I'm sure.
But you've got a point when you're saying you know, that the citizens basically are picking up the slack, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So.
Any further, oh, I'm sorry. Any further questions? Anything else? Okay. Anything else?
No, sir. No.
Okay.
Can we just study this and then bring it up at
Correct.
the regular meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you have any questions on this, don't hesitate to email him or
Okay.
text him, see what's going on with it. All right. That brings us up to the employee, I'm sorry, I kind of bounced around here a little bit, but employee handbook review. Ms. Paula.
I've actually gave y'all a packet there with all the revisions, updates listed, and recommendations, and just want y'all to look over that and, let me know any changes or deletions, and maybe run it through the September 17th meeting, I believe. And, of course, I'll give Phil a copy of it and confirm with me.
This is the same one you gave me a couple weeks ago. I remember too. Huh? No. She has. I'd like for, if y'all will, I don't know if y'all were privy to any of this information before the meeting, but you need to review it. And
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of just brings us up. I think we did, the last review we had on the handbook was what, 3 years ago?
We try to do some updates every year.
Yeah.
But some of these are just clarifications, and then some of them have been recommended by our liability insurance after we done some of our trainings last year and different things.
Well, in regards to the comp time, has that been changed, or is that just an update?
We already had whatever was wrote in black on there, and the part that's in the blue is just a little more clarification to it, I feel like.
Yeah, comp time has been an issue for quite a few years,
I know.
and we addressed it probably 10 to 12 years ago, and had it pretty well in line, trying to do away with comp time. And I still recommend that we go forward with that, and try to do away with comp time. But maybe as we go in the future, maybe that'll happen. We'll see. Mr. Barnes, you have any other questions on that? All right, that brings us down to, Paula, I'm sorry, you have
I would add that the safety grant that we mentioned in the last meeting for the dryers for the fire department, I got notification yesterday that we were approved, and the check, they put in for the check to be run for reimbursement, which is $8,500.
Good job.
That's it.
That's all you got so far. Well, this time brings us up to a general discussion. Rec Center, everything going according to plan?
Yes, sir. Youth athletics is going on right now. We've been practicing football for about 1st of July to get ready for our first game, which will be September the 12th. We're playing at the high school. With youth football, it's a little bit different than normal recreation type stuff. Instead of a lot of teams, we only have 6 teams, but everybody plays in their age group. We're one of the few locations that actually has a team in every age group. So we have a 6U, 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, and 11U teams. We'll be playing, I think we're playing Dawson County for the first weekend. So we've got 3 home dates. Everything's going good. Soccer has started back up as well. But It's a busy time of year for us right now.
And you're still monitoring what State Department of Public Health is giving us on any individuals coming onto the premises and how we're monitoring that specific information.
Yes, sir.
I've got to one of the ladies here in the office checking with Department of Public Health, see if there's any update on the procedures. Not saying that I'd like to see them relax them or enforce them more. I just want to be sure we're still up and going and that school and all is cranking up.
Yes, sir.
Any question for Brian? All right. Mr. Woodward, how you doing, sir?
Doing awesome.
Thank you for the tour yesterday. It was enlightening to a certain individual. But how soon are we ready to start? Think we can start opening up the new recycling center?
The front porches was ordered week before last, they said about 5 weeks. We're looking maybe the middle of October to have an open date, hopefully.
Okay.
We gotta have those put up because of the weather here, the rain. Going raining 100 foot inside the building, contaminating the product.
Okay.
But I can say we do have 2 loads of cardboard that's ready to go out. The dock plates got finished up yesterday, so I'm waiting next week for the trucks to come in to load up to receive our first revenue office.
Any questions for Mr.? And that's probably going to be another entity here in Pickens County that's going to be, as Faye would say, financially neutral. It's not going to be a detriment to the taxpayers of the county. It's going to pay for itself and the labor involved in that thing. And thank you very much. We appreciate what you've done over there. Ms. Harvey, how are we doing with the audit and the budgets? How that you're ready to crank those up here in the next few weeks?
Budget requests went out last week, and I gave y'all a copy of the budget meetings there at the end of October. The budgets are due back to me at the end of September, I think the 28th. And we'll just be working on those. The audit, the auditors are going to present the audit at the September 17th meeting. We'll have the final audit then. I have the final draft now, and there's just a couple things that we were going over and looking at, but it's complete, and it looks good. And that's what we're working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's busy.
Y'all step in if y'all got any questions.
She does a great job, so nothing to say.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do.
It's not broken, don't fix it.
That's right.
Mr. Dobbs, tax assessor's office, how are y'all keeping your head above water?
Well, as you can tell, you hear the reports from other departments, we live in a very busy place. It's also 2020, and we've got to meet COVID-19, and that's been a real treat, but I want to brag on my staff, along with other people here in the building, for meeting the challenges that we've had to face, dealing with the public, getting the work done, timely submissions on everything. Had election in the other office that we deal with, tax commissioner's office. We've had a smooth transition there, getting everything done. So we're working hard. We got a lot of challenges because things aren't slowing down. I think Melba told me this week, I popped in a little bit, and she said she had 100 new deeds to work this week. Now, we get them on a weekly basis, y'all. And in 1 week's time, to get an extra 100 deed transfers and everything, that's a lot of work involved in that. Flows through everybody's system and changes and things like that. But the good news is, we all seem to be doing well. Things are getting better and better. New recycling center over here to take care of things. I guess governments have to put in more darn stop signs and red lights. I ain't real fond of that, but anyhow. We're just going real hard, getting things done, and like I said, I want to brag on my staff, and I want to thank the tax commissioner's office for all the involvement we've had with y'all for getting this stuff done for this year. Any questions?
Sounds good. Thank you for all you're doing.
And I also want to brag on my staff because I just had surgery and had to be out for a couple of weeks during all this. They're on top of things, communicating with the state, the vendors and everything. Already got my GIS submission done for the digest. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, they're a good group of
Thank you,
people.
Stephanie.
You're welcome.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well, but, check me out there in the hallway. I don't think your facelift worked.
No. And I will be going home to lay down shortly.
Mr. Reeves,
Yes, sir.
tax office, how y'all making it back there?
We're doing good. Everything's going well. We are, everything's going the way that it, should be going. We're where we want to be on the digest right now, so everything's going good on that. Been in communication with everybody. And I also want to brag on the assessor's office because they have been very helpful to our office during this whole digest process. Anything that we've needed them for, they've been right in there with us to help us. And like you mentioned, then with the whole transition of the election, of course, everybody knows that unusual circumstances that, took place, but everybody's been extremely helpful. Paula has been extremely helpful to our office. Same as Faye, anything that we've asked of them and everybody's been extremely helpful to us, so we appreciate that, and everything's going smoothly.
Thanks, sir. Animal control, you haven't got bids yet, so you're doing all right.
Not yet. Everything's good at the shelter. We currently have 10 dogs and 21 cats that will be available for adoption. We have several fosters that we've been utilizing during COVID. And the Bee Paws We Care group, Kelly Ingram is the rescue coordinator. And they have started a catch and release for feral cats in Pickens County because we do have several colonies of those throughout Pickens County. So that has helped tremendously. What they do is they go out, they trap the cats, they take them and have them spayed or neutered and then re-release them back to the homes. So that's going to cut down on hopefully a lot of animals coming into the shelter as strays and things of that nature, or being homeless. So we're glad to partner with them for that. And we've got a few that's going to rescue this week and next week. And just a little bit on the background of the rescue is we don't want to keep the animal in the shelter forever. If they can't get adopted just due to, no potential adopter wanting to take that specific animal home, we try to get them into a rescue, because the difference is, of course, at the shelter, they're in a kennel. They get out to get walked and played with and things of that nature, but they're basically in a kennel. When they go to a rescue, they go straight into a foster. So they go into a home instead of being stuck in a kennel all day, every day.
And where is the rescue located? Is it local or?
We have some local. Kelly Ingram actually has some really good contacts. We have one up in Chicago. We have one in Massachusetts. We have Forsyth Humane Society is a big one that we send. They take a lot of our pregnant animals because we really don't have a space for a mama to give birth in the shelter, and they can put them in fosters. We are currently looking for fosters if anyone would like to do that. It's not a long term, but it's probably minimum of at least 2 weeks if you foster. So, and all that entails is there's some paperwork, and then we just, right now during COVID, we're doing it virtually, a virtual tour of your home just to make sure that you have adequate space and things of that nature for the animals. Also, we have put all of our forms online, stray forms, adoption form, and owner surrender forms, so that you can go online and get those forms and email them to us, so that part is done due to COVID, so that we don't have a whole lot of interaction if you don't want that. We also have online appointments now where you can go online and schedule an appointment for any service that you may need at the shelter. That's about it.
Any further questions with any of us?
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not a cat herder, I'm a cat colonist.
You're a colonist.
I'm a
Would you
colonist.
like to come adopt one more?
Okay. No, I mean, they're everywhere. I have to watch out not to trip over them. Doctor said don't fall, but I'm not a cat herder now, I'm a cat
You're a
colonist.
colonist. You have a colony going.
Okay, I've got a colonist.
You can come get you another one.
Oh, but, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and call this meeting to an end. And we got, Pickens County is actually playing Gilmer County this weekend at home. So, I don't know how many tickets. I heard there's gonna be probably no more than 2,000 tickets sold.
And they have to be purchased online.
And they have to be purchased online. And, for safe distancing, y'all be careful, as we go forward. Hopefully sometime in the near future, this will be over for more reasons than one. and y'all be safe. But thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you. This meeting is now adjourned.